Question number 1. When two elements combine with each other to form more than one compound, the mass of one element that combine with a fixed mass of the other are in a ratio of whole numbers.
Perfect. Law of multiple proportions is the correct choice.
Question number 2. The term atom comes from the Greek word for dashkias, because it was once thought that atoms were the smallest things in the universe and could not be divided.
Exactly. Indivisible makes sense, and it is right choice.
Question number 3. The percentage of copper and oxygen in samples of Cu obtained by different methods were found to be the same. This illustrates the law of smart pick. Constant proportions is the correct choice.
Question number 4. The image shows the periodic grid of potassium. How many electrons are found in the potassium atom?
On track. 19 is the correct answer.
Question number 5. Two oxygen atoms bond together. Which vocabulary word best describes this type of matter?
Clear logic. Your choice molecule is sound and 100% true. Question number 6. When 3.0 g of carbon is burnt in 8.0 g oxygen, 1100 g of carbon dioxide is produced. What mass of carbon dioxide will be formed when 3.0 g of carbon is burnt in 50.0 of oxygen? Nice work. You chose 11 g and it is correct.
Question number 7. In a chemical reaction, 150 g baking soda mixture containing sodium bicarbonate and vinegar on heating gives 87 g of carbon dioxide gas. What mass of solid residue will left in food?
Sharp thinking. 63 grams is the right choice.
Question number 8. Atomic mass of hydrogen is 1 U, whereas atomic mass of helium is 4 U. From this, we can generally conclude that 1 mole of hydrogen would have same mass as dash moles of helium. You got it? Your choice 0.25 is right. Question number 9. Which of the following statement is not correct? 1. Atoms are neutral. 2. Atoms are basic units of matter. 3. Atoms aggregate to form large molecules. 4. Atoms exist independently.
Right again. 4 is a valid answer.
Question number 10. How many neutrons does C14 contain?
Excellent. 8 is a brilliant choice.
Question number 11. Dash are the basic units of matter and the defining structure of elements.
Valid point. Atoms is true.
Question number 12. What chart should you reference to look up information about elements?
Well done. Periodic table of elements is the right choice.
Question number 13. 4 grams of hydrogen reacts with some oxygen to make 36 grams of water. Figure out how much oxygen must have been used by applying the law of conservation of mass. You chose 32 grams, and it is correct.
Question number 14. Buzzing around the outside of the nucleus are tiny particles called.
Solid response. Electrons is a valid choice.
Question number 15. Oxygen, nitrogen, hydrogen, and calcium are all examples of dash.
You're right. Elements is the correct answer.
Question number 16. Dash is an element since it is only made up of one type of atom.
Right choice. Gold is the best answer.
Question number 17. Atoms are made up of 3 particles: protons, neutrons, and dash.
Well picked. Electrons is the correct answer.
Question number 18. Hydrogen and oxygen combine in the ratio of 1/8 by mass to form water. What mass of hydrogen would be required to react completely with 56 g of oxygen gas?
Excellent choice. 7 g is the right answer.
Question number 19. The number of atoms it would take to make a molecule of water. Nice selection. 3 is the correct and valid answer. Question number 20. Protons are located in the center of an atom, inside of the. Great job. Nucleus is the accurate answer. Question number 21. The repeating structure of table salt is in the shape of a. Nicely done. Cube is the solid answer. Question number 22. How many hydrogen atoms are there in a water molecule? Correct response. 2 is the most accurate answer. Question number 23. Dalton proposed this atomic symbol for which element? Good thinking. Sulfur is the right answer. Question number 24. How many valence electrons are in the element carbon? Great thinking. 4 electrons is the right choice. Question number 25. What is the atomic number and valency of aluminium? Good job. Your answer 13. 3 works well here. Question number 26. What are the 3 particles that make up the atom? Smart move. Protons, neutrons, and electrons is an accurate answer. Question number 27. If element A has more atomic mass than element B, then gram molar mass of element A is more than gram molar mass of element B. Correct. True is the right answer. Question number 28. What holds atoms together to make a molecule? Well reasoned. Bonds is the correct choice. Question number 29. How many protons are in 1 atom of lithium? Bravo, 3 is the answer. Question number 30. If element A has more atomic mass than element B, then 100 G of element A will have more particles than 100 G of element B. Strong choice. False is the right answer. Question number 31. Number of proton and electron in element X. Sharp thinking. Proton, 13 electron. 13 is the right choice. Question number 32. What does the nucleus of an atom contain? Correct response. Protons and neutrons is the most accurate answer. Question number 33. What particle in the atom has no charge? Well picked. Neutron is the correct answer. Question number 34. Which colored particle is the electron? You got it. Your choice blue is right. Question number 35. In a compound such as water, the ratio of the mass of hydrogen to the mass of oxygen is always dash, whatever the source of water. Good thinking. 1/8 is the right answer. Question number 36. Phosphate ion has a valency of. Right choice. 3 is the best answer. Question number 37. What is the picture displayed? Smart pick. Water is the correct choice. Question number 38. Chlorine has 2 kinds of atoms, Cl35 and Cl36. In both cases, atomic number of chlorine is 17. Which brought the change? Perfect. No of neutrons is the correct choice. Question number 39. Which one of these items is not a solid with a repeating pattern? Calculate the relative molecular mass of H2s. You're right. 34 AMU is the correct answer. Question number 40. Thickening of suberin chemical on the wall of sclerenchyma cells makes them impermeable to air and water. Clear logic. Your choice false is sound and 100% true. Question number 41. When there is no subscript after an element symbol, It means there are how many atoms of that element?
Nicely done. 1 is a solid answer.
Question number 42. Who laid the foundation of chemical services by establishing 2 important laws of chemical combination?
Nice selection. Antoine Lavoisier is the correct and valid answer.
Question number 43. An atom has an atomic number of 15 and a mass number of 31. How many protons are there in the atom? Exactly. 15 makes sense and it is right choice. Question number 44. According to law of conservation of mass, mass can be created and destroyed in a chemical reaction. Smart move. False is an accurate answer.
Question number 45. Which term defines a substance that is formed by the combination of elements using fixed amounts?
Nice work. You chose compound's compound and it is correct.
Question number 46. What do we call a chemical substance made up of 2 or more different types atoms bonded together?
Strong choice. Compound is the right answer.
Question number 47. All atoms are most stable with how many electrons in their valence shell? Well reasoned. 8 is the correct choice.
Question number 48. All noble gases have 1 completely filled orbit to monoatomic 3, unreactive 4, all the above.
Bravo. 4 is the answer.
Question number 49. Q7, an atom has a mass number of 23 and atomic number of 11. The number of neutrons are?
On track. 12 is the correct answer. Question number 50. What is the smallest unit of a chemical element that retains its chemical properties? Solid response. Atom is a valid choice.
Question number 51. The smallest unit of an element that retains the properties of that element is called?
Great job. An atom is the accurate answer.
Question number 52. Which term defines any substance that cannot be broken down into a simpler substance?
Valid point. Element is true.
Question number 53. The central region of an atom, where its neutrons and protons are, is called its dash.
Right again. Nucleus is a valid answer. Question number 54. Atoms of the same element, which have a different number of neutrons, are called dash.
You chose isotopes, and it is correct.
Question number 55. We generally calculate the formula unit mass for the ionic compounds.
Good job. Your answer true works well here.
Question number 56. An atom has 4 protons. How many electrons does it have if the atom has a 1 charge?
Well done. 5 is the right choice. Question number 57. Animals take in energy as dash and convert it to dash. The energy cells can use. Great thinking. Glucose app is the right choice.
Question number 58. Who was the first scientist to use symbols for elements in a very specific sense?
Excellent choice. Dalton is the right answer. Question number 59. In Dalton's atomic theory, all elements consist of dash that cannot be divided.
Correct. Atoms is the right answer. Question number 60. What is the basic unit of matter and is the smallest particle of an element?
Excellent. Atoms is a brilliant choice.
Question number 61. Molecules can be termed as. Choose the most appropriate option.
Solid response. Cluster of atoms is a valid choice.
Question number 62. The nitrogen in air has 2 nitrogen atoms bonded together. This nitrogen is... Great job. A molecule is the accurate answer. Question number 63.
Which tissue provides mechanical strength along with hardness to the plants?
Smart move. Sclerenchyma is an accurate answer.
Question number 64. Law of constant proportion is also referred to as law of definite proportion.
Nice work. You chose true and it is correct.
Question number 65. Q3. The number of atoms present in one molecule of an element is called as.
You chose atomicity, and it is correct.
Question number 66. Which concept is defined as the number of atoms in 1 mole of a substance?
Excellent. Avogadro's number is a brilliant choice. Question number 67. Which of the following is the correct pair of atom and its atomic symbol? Bravo, phosphorus P is the answer.
Question number 68. The ratio of atomic mass between hydrogen and oxygen in water molecule is.
Sharp thinking. 1/8 is the right choice.
Question number 69. Smallest particle that takes part in chemical reaction according to Dalton.
Good job. Your answer, Adam, works well here.
Question number 70. Q1. Which of the following is correct pair of elements and its symbols? Smart pick. Iron Phi is the correct choice.
Question number 71. In the video, what 2 important components is the universe made up of?
Great thinking. Atoms and molecules is the right choice.
Question number 72. Dash is the smallest particle that takes part in a chemical reaction. Valid point. Atoms is true. Question number 73. How many times an atom of sulfur is heavier than an atom of carbon? Perfect. 8p 3 times is the correct choice.
Question number 74. Which substance does the cell wall in the husk of a coconut possess?
Exactly. Lignin makes sense and it is right choice.
Question number 75. How many times heavier is one atom of carbon than the atom of oxygen?
Strong choice. 133 is the right answer.
Question number 76. How many atoms are present in a H2 molecule and PO4? Correct response. 3-5 is the most accurate answer.
Question number 77. Calcium and oxygen are present in which of the following compounds?
Nice selection. Quicklime is the correct and valid answer.
Question number 78. Q9. The number of moles of oxygen atom in 2 moles of nitric acid.
Good thinking. 6 is the right answer. Question number 79. Which one of these items is not a solid with a repeating pattern?
Well picked. Butter is the correct answer.
Question number 80. Dash are substances that are made up of different kinds of atoms.
Correct. Compounds is the right answer.
Question number 81. The beginning substances in a chemical reaction are called dash.
On track. Reactants is the correct answer. Question number 82. The combining power of an element is known as its. You're right. Valency is the correct answer. Question number 83. Name the scientist who put forth the law of constant proportion. Right again. J.L. Prost is a valid answer. Question number 84. The element whose GM atomic mass and GM molecular mass is same. Well reasoned. Sodium is the correct choice.
Question number 85. Which has more number of atoms, 100 Gs of sodium or 100 G of iron?
Right choice. Sodium is the best answer.
Question number 86. What is the unit used to measure weighted average atomic mass?
Well done. AMU is the right choice.
Question number 87. If atomic mass of chlorine is 36, find the number of neutrons.
You got it. Your choice 19 is right.
Question number 88. What is lacking in the meristematic tissue from the following?
Clear logic. Your choice vacuole is sound and 100% true.
Question number 89. When you heat matter, what happens to the atoms and molecules?
Excellent choice. They move faster is the right answer.
Question number 90. Approximately how many atoms can you fit on the head of a pin?
Nicely done. One solid allows others is a solid answer. Question number 91. A group of atoms carrying fixed charge on them is called dash.
Smart pick. Polyatomic ions is the correct choice.
Question number 92. An Indian sage who postulated the atom in his Vishasika Sutra.
Smart move. Maharishi Kanad and Kasyapa is an accurate answer. Question number 93. Who was the English chemist that developed the atomic theory?
You're right. John Dalton is the correct answer.
Question number 94. The reference standard used for defining atomic mass unit is?
Good job. Your answer C12 works well here.
Question number 95. Which correctly describes the smallest amount of an element? Nicely done. Atom is a solid answer.
Question number 96. Particles in an atom that are neutral and have no charge are? Exactly. Neutrons make sense and it is right choice.
Question number 97. The valency of the halogen present in second period is ash.
Excellent. One is a brilliant choice.
Question number 98. The mass of dash is equivalent to one more atomic mass unit.
Clear logic. Your choice, Fuft 12 carbon atom is sound and 100% true. Question number 99. One atomic mass unit is a mass unit equal to exactly carbon.
Strong choice. 5012 is the right answer.
Question number 100. The number of atoms constituting a molecule is known as its?
Correct response. Atomicity is the most accurate answer.
Question number 101. Atomic mass of HCO. Choose the correct option in order.
Solid response. U is a valid choice.
Question number 102. The particles that are found in the nucleus of an atom are? Sharp thinking. Protons and neutrons is the right choice. Question number 103. The compounds or elements present at the end of a reaction?
Valid point. Products is true. Question number 104. The repeating structure of table salt is in the shape of a?
Right choice. Cube is the best answer. Question number 105. Measure mainly of the nuclear particles. Protons plus neutrons. Great thinking. Atomic mass is the right choice.
Question number 106. We will celebrate the Dash Republic Day on the 26th Jan 2022.
Well reasoned. Gang is the correct choice. Question number 107. Two or more atoms chemically bonded together are called a? Nice selection. Molecule is the correct and valid answer.
Question number 108. Which of these items is made up of one or more molecules?
Excellent choice. Salt is the right answer. Question number 109. What is the term for combining two or more atoms together?
Bravo. Molecules is the answer.
Question number 110. Who laid the foundation of laws of chemical combination? Well picked. Antoine L. Lavoisier is the correct answer.
Question number 111. Name the elements represented by following symbols. PB Sen?
You chose lead tin, and it is correct. Question number 112. How would O2 be qualified? Check all answers that apply.
You got it. Your choice molecule is right.
Question number 113. The number of electrons present in the L shell of O is.
Great job, 6 is the accurate answer. Question number 114. Qfoof, which one of the following is modern symbol of gold?
Nice work. You chose B and it is correct.
Question number 115. What charge does an atom have when it gains electrons?
Good thinking. Negative is the right answer.
Question number 116. Which of the following elements is diatomic in nature?
Well done. Oxygen is the right choice.
Question number 117. Matter cannot be created nor destroyed. It can only be.
Right again. Transformed, changed is a valid answer.
Question number 118. A substance made of only one kind of atom is egg and dash.
On track. Element is the correct answer.
Question number 119. Sodium chloride is not a molecule.
Correct. True is the right answer.
Question number 120. Number of moles present in 28 GMs of nitrogen atoms are.
Perfect. 2 is the correct choice.
Question number 121. What is the molecular mass of acetic acid?
Solid response. 60U is a valid choice. Question number 122. What two subatomic particles are found in the nucleus?
Nice selection. Neutron and proton is the correct and valid answer.
Question number 123. Substances that have only one kind of atom are called.
Well done. Elements is the right choice.
Question number 124. Which of the following has highest number of protons?
Good thinking. Manganese is the right answer.
Question number 125. If an element gains one or more electrons, it became.
Great thinking. Negatively charged is the right choice.
Question number 126. Dash come together to form all the matter around us.
Clear logic. Your choice atoms is sound and 100% true.
Question number 127. Which one of these is the correct symbol for mercury?
Valid point, He is true. Question number 128. What is the chemical symbol for the element mercury?
Excellent. Hg is a brilliant choice.
Question number 129. The shorthand notation of an element is called dash.
Correct response. Symbol is the most accurate answer.
Question number 130. What is the chemical symbol of the element hydrogen?
Sharp thinking. H is the right choice.
Question number 131. Q4. Which of the following can be used to see atoms?
Exactly. Scanning tunneling microscope makes sense. And it is right choice.
Question number 132. Which of the following has maximum number of atoms?
Perfect. 80 of G4 is the correct choice.
Question number 133. What is the molecular formula of hydrochloric acid?
Correct. Hecel is the right answer.
Question number 134. The symbol of mercury is taken from its Latin name.
You're right. Hydrogerum is the correct answer.
Question number 135. What is the mass of 1 mole of a substance called?
You got it? Your choice molar mass is right. Question number 136. Who named the smallest particles are called Parmanu?
Nice work. You chose you have and it is correct.
Question number 137. Number of protons, electrons and neutrons in Huygens.
On track. 888 is the correct answer.
Question number 138. Which of the following has the highest atomic mass?
Excellent choice. Oxygen is the right answer.
Question number 139. Atomic mass represented in grams is called as dash.
Great job. Gram atomic mass is the accurate answer.
Question number 140. What are the basic building blocks for all matter? Smart move. Atoms is an accurate answer. Question number 141. Which one of the following is a triatomic molecule? Right choice. Carbon dioxide is the best answer.
Question number 142. The flow of electrons from one atom to another is.
Bravo. Electricity is the answer. Question number 143. The positive particles of an atom are called dash. Right again. Protons is a valid answer. Question number 144. Combination of atoms of same elements is known as. Nicely done. Molecule is a solid answer.
Question number 145. What is the chemical formula of sodium carbonate?
Well reasoned. We can is the correct choice.
Question number 146. The bonding capacity of an element is called dash.
You chose valency, and it is correct.
Question number 147. The group of 2 or more elements is called dash.
Well picked. Molecule is the correct answer. Question number 148. The idea of divisibility of matter was given by. Strong choice. Maharishi Kanad is the right answer. Question number 149. Can atoms of same element have different masses? Good job. Your answer yes works well here. Question number 150. In covalent bonding, valence electrons are dash. Smart pick. Shared is the correct choice.
Question number 151. Which of the following is not a polyatomic ion?
Solid response. Sulfide is a valid choice.
Question number 152. The smallest part of an element is known as the.
Nice selection. Atom is the correct and valid answer.
Question number 153. A molecule is the smallest particle of a dash.
Right choice. Compound is the best answer.
Question number 154. What is the mass of I0.2 mole of oxygen atom? Exactly. 3.2 g makes sense, and it is right choice.
Question number 155. What is the main function of phloem in plants?
Nicely done. Transport of food is a solid answer.
Question number 156. The relative molecular mass of NATO-350 is.
Bravo, 248g is the answer.
Question number 157. Q12. How many moles are present in 40 g of He?
Clear logic. Your choice 10 moles is sound and 100% true.
Question number 158. Who named indivisible particles as Parmenu?
On track.
The heels of Maharishi is the correct answer.
Question number 159. Atom is from a Greek word atomos that means.
Well done. Incapable of being cut is the right choice.
Question number 160. The percentage of carbon in carbon oxide Co.
Correct. 43 is the right answer.
Question number 161. The symbol for the metal used in thermometer?
Excellent. AG is a brilliant choice.
Question number 162. The atomicity of oxygen in aluminium oxide is.
Strong choice. 3 is the right answer.
Question number 163. Chemical formula of aluminium and hydrogen is.
Good thinking. Al3 is the right answer.
Question number 164. Which scientist developed the atomic theory?
You're right. John Dalton is the correct answer.
Question number 165. What is the mass of 1 mole of nitrogen atoms?
You got it. Your choice 14G is right.
Question number 166. The smallest particle of a substance is dash.
Perfect. Atom is the correct choice.
Question number 167. Charges of neutron, electron and proton are.
Smart move. ZO plus is an accurate answer.
Question number 168. The chemical formulae of calcium bicarbonate.
Great thinking. Say A2 is the right choice.
Question number 169. Who proposed the law of multiple proportion?
Great job. John Dalton is the accurate answer.
Question number 170. What is the relative atomic mass of carbon?
Well reasoned. 12 is the correct choice.
Question number 171. How many elements occur naturally on Earth?
94 is true.
Question number 172. What part of an atom is negatively charged?
You chose electrons. And it is correct.
Question number 173. Which element has the chemical symbol?
Right again. Iron is a valid answer.
Question number 174. What is the mass of a proton and a neutron?
Correct response. LEMU is the most accurate answer.
Question number 175. Molecular formula of copper and bromine is.
Nice work. You chose cube 2 and it is correct.
Question number 176. Who have the theory of constant proportion?
Well picked. Prost is the correct answer.
Question number 177. Which unit is used to express atomic mass?
Smart pick. Atomic mass unit is the correct choice.
Question number 178. Who gave the law of chemical reaction dash?
Good job. Your answer both A and B works well here.
Question number 179. The molecule having an atomicity of 4 is.
Excellent choice. Phosphorus molecule is the right answer.
Question number 180. What element is in every living organism?
Sharp thinking. Carbon is the right choice.
Question number 181. Who proposed law of conservation of mass?
Good thinking. Lavoisier is the right answer.
Question number 182. The nucleus of an atom is made up of dash.
You got it? Your choice, protons and neutrons, is right.
Question number 183. The ratio of H and O in a toe by mass is.
You're right. 1,8 is the correct answer.
Question number 184. Molar mass of 6,6 equal to? Given.
Sharp thinking. 30G is the right choice.
Question number 185. The valence electrons present in neon are.
Smart move. 8 is an accurate answer.
Question number 186. Dash combine together to form molecules. Clear logic. Your choice atoms is sound and 100% true.
Question number 187. Which scientist discovered the electron?
Well reasoned. J.J. Thomson is the correct choice.
Question number 188. Anything that has mass and takes up space.
Exactly. Matter makes sense and it is right choice.
Question number 189. Who proposed law of constant proportion?
Nice selection. Joseph L. Proust is the correct and valid answer.
Question number 190. Particles present in an atom are called.
Well picked. Subatomic particles is the correct answer.
Question number 191. How many atoms are in 2 molecules?
Great thinking. 6 is the right choice.
Question number 192. An atom that has a charge is called dash.
Valid point. An ion is true.
Question number 193. The indivisibility of atom was proposed.
Correct response. Dalton is the most accurate answer.
Question number 194. Smallest particle of matter called dash.
Great job. Atom is the accurate answer.
Question number 195. The chemical symbol for nitrogen gas is?
Excellent choice. Bn2 is the right answer.
Question number 196. Which element has the atomic number 6?
Bravo. Carbon is the answer.
Question number 197. Which of the following is tetraatomic?
Right again. Phosphorus is a valid answer.
Question number 198. The no of moles and 32 of helium are?
Perfect. 4 mole is the correct choice.
Question number 199. Calculate the formula unit mass of ZNO.
Strong choice. 80 Wu is the right answer.
Question number 200. The atomicity of magnesium molecule is?
Nice work. You chose 1 and it is correct.
Question number 201. Convert into mole, I12 of oxygen gas.
0.375 is a solid answer.
Question number 202. Which of the following is a noble gas?
Correct. Helium is the right answer.
Question number 203. Convert it into mole I20G of water.
On track, 1.1 mole is the correct answer. Question number 204. The chemical formula of lime water is? Right choice. Sao is the best answer.
Question number 205. Hydrogerum is the Latin name of dash.
Smart pick. Mercury is the correct choice.
Question number 206. What is the atomic mass of chlorine? You chose 35.5 U, and it is correct.
Question number 207. Calculate the molecular mass of No3.
Excellent. Stab is a brilliant choice.
Question number 28. What is the atomic mass of nitrogen?
Well done. 14 mu is the right choice.
Question number 209. The atomicity of white phosphorus is?
Solid response. 4 is a valid choice.
Question number 210. Atom is smallest particle of an dash.
Good job. Your answer element works well here.
Question number 211. What is the chemical name of Mg2?
Good thinking. Magnesium chloride is the right answer.
Question number 212. 1 gram atom of oxygen is equal to?
Excellent choice. 16G is the right answer.
Question number 213. Atomic mass of chlorine is dash.
Excellent. 35.5 is a brilliant choice. Question number 214. The Latin name of potassium is dash.
Right again. Potassium is a valid answer.
Question number 215. The atomic symbol of silver is dash.
Clear logic. Your choice ag is sound and 100% true.
Question number 216. How many atoms are there in Natuka-3?
Correct response. 6 is the most accurate answer. Question number 217. Father of modern chemistry is dash. Nice work. You chose Antoine Lavoisier, and it is correct.
Question number 218. What is the charge of an electron?
Valid point. 1 is true.
Question number 219. Atomicity of phosphorus namast is?
Right choice. Tetraatomic is the best answer.
Question number 220. The atomicity of rhombic sulfur is?
Perfect. 8 is the correct choice.
Question number 221. The valency of nitrogen in H3 is?
Well reasoned. 3 is the correct choice.
Question number 222. Symbols of chlorine and zinc are?
You're right. Cl and Zen is the correct answer.
Question number 223. Heaviest particle in the atom is?
Good job. Your answer neutron works well here.
Question number 224. The example of monoatomic ions is?
Exactly. Chloride ion makes sense and it is right choice.
Question number 225. The molar mass of laughing gas is?
You got it. Your choice 44 g-mol is right.
Question number 226. The chemical symbol for sodium is?
Great thinking. Ner is the right choice.
Question number 227. The relative atomic mass of Cl is?
Well done. 35.5 is the right choice.
Question number 228. Which cell may be up to 1 long?
Smart move. Nerve cell is an accurate answer.
Question number 229. What is the atomicity of sulfur?
Smart pick. 8 is the correct choice.
Question number 230. What is the atomicity of K2CrO?
You chose 7, and it is correct.
Question number 231. Who proposed the atomic theory?
Nicely done. John Dalton is a solid answer.
Question number 232. Lightest particle in an atom is?
Sharp thinking. Electron is the right choice.
Question number 233. When elements combine, they form?
Correct. Compounds is the right answer.
Question number 234. The Latin name of water is dash.
Strong choice. Hydro is the right answer.
Question number 235. Atomicity of chlorine and ozone.
Solid response. Diatomic, triatomic is a valid choice.
Question number 236. Number of atoms in one molecule.
On track. Atomic unit is the correct answer.
Question number 237. AMU is the abbreviation unit of?
Bravo. Mass is the answer.
Question number 238. The dasher has a negative charge.
Nice selection. Electron is the correct and valid answer.
Question number 239. Identify the symbol of calcium.
Well picked. Say is the correct answer.
Question number 240. Valency of inert gas elements.
Great job. ZO is the accurate answer.
Question number 241. Co is symbol of which element?
Great thinking. Co is a compound is the right choice. Question number 242. The matter is made up of dash.
Perfect. Atoms is the correct choice.
Question number 243. What is the symbol of silicon? Correct response. And is the most accurate answer. Question number 244. In which forms do atoms exist? Exactly. Both A and B make sense, and it is right choice. Question number 245. 9EU is the molecular mass of. Valid point. H2, so it is true. Question number 246. Atomic number of hydrogen is.
Right again. 1 is a valid answer.
Question number 247. Mass of 1 mole is equal to.
Bravo. 1 gram atom is the answer.
Question number 248. Atomic radius is measured in.
Great job. Nanometers is the accurate answer. Question number 249. The Latin name for lead is.
Clear logic. Your choice lead is sound and 100% true.
Question number 250. What is the symbol for gold?
Right choice. O is the best answer. Question number 251. What charge do cations carry? On track. Positive is the correct answer. Question number 252. Neutrons are dash particles. Excellent choice. Neutral is the right answer.
Question number 253. The formula of quicklime is.
You chose tau, and it is correct. Question number 254. What are atoms composed of? Correct. Protons, neutrons, and electrons is the right answer.
Question number 255. The atomosity of ethanol is.
Excellent. 9 is a brilliant choice.
Question number 256. Valency of hydrogen is dash.
Sharp thinking. 1 is the right choice.
Question number 257. Atomic mass is expressed in.
Nice work. You chose IMU and it is correct. Question number 258. The atomicity of K2O7 is. You got it. Your choice 11 is right.
Question number 259. Pencil lead is made of dash.
Well picked. Carbon is the correct answer. Question number 260. All matter is made of what? Well done. Atoms is the right choice. Question number 261. Bill New compares atoms to. You're right. Letters of the alphabet is the correct answer. Question number 262. Where is the proton found? Nice selection. Nucleus is the correct and valid answer. Question number 263. The symbol of gold is dash. Solid response. Always a valid choice. Question number 264. Where electrons found? Smart move. Orbiting the nucleus is an accurate answer. Question number 265. The symbol of potassium is. Good job. Your answer K works well here. Question number 266. Mass of 0.5 mole of Co is. Smart pick. 22 gem is the correct choice. Question number 267. All matter is composed of. Strong choice. Atoms is the right answer. Question number 268. Molecules are compared to. Good thinking. Words is the right answer. Question number 269. The symbol of chlorine is. Nicely done. Cl is a solid answer. Question number 270 is the symbol of dash. Well reasoned. Sulfur is the correct choice. Question number 271. Who gave the name atom?
Sharp thinking. Democritus is the right choice.
Question number 272. 3 components of atom.
Correct response. Electron, proton, neutron is the most accurate answer.
Question number 273. Atomic mass of sodium is?
Right again. 23 is a valid answer.
Question number 274. Plasma exists in form of?
Clear logic. Your choice both B and C is sound and 100% true.
Question number 275. The valency of argon is?
Perfect. Zo is the correct choice.
Question number 276. The lightest element is?
Excellent. Hydrogen is a brilliant choice.
Question number 277. Which is noble element?
Nicely done. He is a solid answer.
Question number 278. The formula of lead is?
Good thinking. PB is the right answer. Question number 279. The Latin name of gold. Right choice. Aurum is the best answer.
Question number 280. Valency of ferric is?
On track. 3 is the correct answer.
Question number 281. Atoms combine to make?
Smart pick. Molecules is the correct choice.
Question number 282. Valency of helium is?
Well done. Zo is the right choice.
Question number 283. Elements are made of?
Exactly. One type of atom makes sense and it is right choice. Question number 284. Symbol of potassium. Valid point. K is true. Question number 285. Symbol of copper. You're right. Q is the correct answer. Question number 286. Nitrogen is? Correct. Trivalent is the right answer. Question number 287. How you will get all these quiz questions in PDF books format? Nice selection. Contact Narayan Changda on Facebook is the correct and valid answer.